Hi, I'm Joseph Berardo. At MagnaCare, we believe that all citizens need to be informed about the healthcare issues that affect their lives. That's why we're proud to support the programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
Overcoming obstacles in college, next on Caucus New Jersey.
Funding for this edition of Caucus New Jersey has been provided by New Jersey Council of County Colleges, Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey. Healing begins here. Choose New Jersey. Our mission is attracting companies to the Garden State. TD Bank. The New Jersey Education Association, working for great public schools for every child. Caucus NJ, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. And by QualCare Inc., a local managed care company covering 750,000 New Jersey residents. Promotional support provided by Commerce Magazine and by The Record, North Jersey's trusted source, and northjersey.com.
Welcome to Caucus New Jersey. I'm Steve Adubato. Community college students face many obstacles completing their degrees. Here in the studio to discuss those obstacles and how to overcome them, we have Felix Contreras, who is the New Jersey State President of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society; Sophia Medina, student at Essex County College; Dr. Paula Pando, Vice President for North Hudson Center and Student Affairs at Hudson County Community College; and finally, Dr. Guy Generals, Vice President for Academic Affairs at Mercer County Community College. I want to thank you all for joining us. We are talking about the challenges that students face, overcoming those challenges, getting through that very challenging time in community colleges, but also the value and the benefit of a wonderful program called, and if I get this wrong, you'll help me on this, Doctor, it is called the NJC4 program?
That's correct.
Which is?
The New Jersey Community College Completion Corps.
What's it all about?
It's about galvanizing the resources within the college and partnering with students and administrators and faculty to ensure that students have the skills and the abilities and the support that they need to get through community colleges and to remove all the barriers and the impediments that they may come in contact with.
Yeah, let's talk about that. There wouldn't be a program if there weren't issues and challenges. Mm-hmm. So, first of all, my understanding is that you're doing real well. Both of you are doing real well, or you wouldn't have been picked to be on the program, right? Or to be a part of this program, to be mentors to others. Describe your experience in terms of where you decided to go to school, right? And the challenges you faced. And then ultimately, the other part of the question is how you're helping others. When did you decide to go and where?
Well, I decided to go to Atlantic Cape Community College. It started off right after high school when, at the time, I didn't really know much about the school system because my family and I, we both immigrated from the Dominican Republic, and the system in itself is just very new to my parents. So I was kind of going in there without any kind of guidance. So going into college was like, you know, very scary, especially the fact that many students, as myself, like at community college, we didn't do as well as we wanted to in high school. So when we first went in there, this was like the time for us to redeem ourselves and try to better ourselves, but at the same time, we didn't really know of the opportunities available.
Were you the first in your family?
First generation.
You were, okay, first generation.
Yeah, we were like first, my sisters and I were the first ones.
So describe some of the obstacles and challenges you faced.
Well, first off, I didn't really know much about financial aid. I didn't really know that ways of paying for college. I never had the idea that somebody will pay for me to go to college, you know, like.
It's a great country, right?
Exactly, yeah. I was paying for someone to go to college. At first, also, there was like transportation issues, because in Galloway, there's like.
That's in South Jersey, right?
South Jersey. Right. You have to, if you don't have a car, it's kind of hard to get around. So we had to adjust to that system without having any cars around. I mean, thank God, like my family was able to get one, but I'm saying like in general, that's what many of us did face in the beginning. And also like the challenges I face, it's also overcoming the barrier that I am good enough to go to college.
Hold on, wait a minute. You got transportation barriers, you've got financial barriers, and then you've got the emotional and psychological issues playing out in your head. Am I good enough?
Exactly. Because it was a very tough, especially I know a lot of the minorities go through a lot of this. sometimes we don't have like that guidance of telling, especially growing up like in middle school and high school.
Yeah.
I didn't receive as much education support as much as I should have. Like I was always never tested to my maximum, it was always at the minimum. I never really placed like on AP or college level or anything.
Advanced placement.
Yes.
But something happened here because you're going, is it true you're going to Penn?
UPenn, yes.
You're going to University of Penn?
Yes.
So what's up with that? So something happened, because I mean I went to Rutgers and I'm proud of it, but you're going to the University of Penn. Come on, how proud are you?
I'm very proud.
So you're not questioning anymore whether you're college material?
No, not anymore. It has something to do with the system of, since my parents didn't go to college, and since my parents, and since going into there, my family first, and a lot of my friends like dropped out of high school. A lot of my friends ended up incarcerated and all that. So all of that, and especially the emotional ties of, I was told I had a learning disability growing up, and that kind of, you know, once somebody tells you enough times that you have a problem, you start to believe it. And I had to overcome all of that at my community college.
And now you're helping other people. We'll come back to you. Sophia, what's your story? Go ahead, beat that. No, I'm only kidding. Go ahead.
Well, my parents immigrated, and they moved the whole family from Ecuador in the year 2000 because the country was undergoing its worst economic crisis. So my parents believe in the power of like education. I've been very fortunate to have been reared in a family that like values education. So seeing the possibilities, like educational opportunities here, they moved the family. And similar to how Felix described, it's very difficult coming as a first-generation immigrant.
Describe the challenges.
Well, first, there's the language barrier. So you're
Did
faced...
you speak English?
I didn't speak English
You
at
did?
all.
Wait a minute. So, did you speak English? No. Okay, so you come here going to college, did not speak English.
Oh no, I went to college speaking English. I didn't come here learning English.
Okay.
Right. Well, I moved when I was 6. So I went through elementary school. I went through ESL classes. So when I went to college, I already was speaking English like perfectly fine. But that was an initial challenge. Throughout high school, I didn't become a U.S. resident until November, this past November. So it was definitely a challenge most of my life here. And when I graduated from high school, I had possibilities to go to 4-year universities, but I couldn't pursue those opportunities because my parents couldn't pay for it. I wasn't eligible for financial aid. So it's definitely like very upsetting. That was a whole challenge in and of itself.
And you decided to go where?
And I decided to go to Essex County College.
Why was that the right choice for you?
Well, I have 3 older brothers. At that time, they had all gone through Essex County College. My dad took ESL classes there. So I already knew
English
community college was my option. Yes,
ESL,
English as a second language. So I already knew I had that door when all other doors were closed due to my parents' financial circumstances and like due to my immigration status, which made me ineligible for like most grants, all financial aid. So when I went to Essex, I was faced with the challenge that, same as Felix, like you already have like your self-esteem kind of down because of the obstacles that you faced. So I had to overcome the fact that like I can do this, and although I've had like obstacles in even trying to pursue like a 4-year education, I can do this.
But today, you are ready to move forward.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you made a decision?
So, no, I'm still applying to universities. So I graduate this May.
But you have a lot of options.
Yes, absolutely.
Good options.
Yes.
Options that may have not have been available to you had you not had this opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
At Essex?
Yeah.
Jump in, Doctor.
I'm
what's it like for you listening to this?
I have to say my heart's about to explode out of my chest because their stories are the stories we hear every day and why I consider myself blessed going to my job every single day.
Describe your job.
I am the vice president of our North Hudson campus and for student affairs. So basically a student affairs vice president is in charge of all of the areas outside of the classroom, outside of instruction by faculty that support student success inside of the classroom. Their stories are stories we hear every day. Their parents value education. They value their children going, but they don't necessarily have the language, and I'm not talking about English or Spanish, but the college the college language
that mean, the
skills.
college language
The
skills?
college language skills. When we see so many students, and Dr. Generals will probably agree with me, so many students that come to our door, they're ready to go, they don't understand what matriculation means. They don't understand what a college credit means. They don't understand the difference between full-time and part-time and how to carry that course load, another. So what's my major? What's an associate's degree? What's a certificate program?
What about when the student is academically unprepared? What about that?
And unprepared. And so we have some catch-up work to do for a student.
How do you do that?
Well, one thing that we have in New Jersey, which is wonderful in our community college system, is a very robust assessment program. In other states in the nation, a student has to take a placement test, and that placement test might say, you know what, you need a little work in your math to be successful in math level college classes. In some states, it's your option whether or not to do that. Required.
And so what happens?
So a student then would take a remedial course to prepare them, kind of like a boot camp to prepare them to do college level work. And it's our job to provide those support services so that those promises are not empty promises. It's not just about access. Yes, our door is open. Yes, we will welcome.
What happens when they get there?
Exactly.
Jump in, Doctor, because I know this is your field.
Well, everything Paula just mentioned is absolutely true. We really work hard in supporting students as they come in to help them adjust to the culture of college. But specific to your point about readiness in terms of academics, developmental education, and ESL, one of the things that has been led by the vice presidents and with the support of the council office is the transformation and the redesigning of developmental education. So we're trying to make it more engaging. We're trying to make it less onerous for the students. Students who come to our college with the dream of being pre-med or biology or business, and they take these tests right. And are placed into developmental education, it can be a very discouraging part. So we found that was one of the impediments for students to be successful, that they'd come to the college and then all of a sudden they're in remediation. So part of what we're doing is redesigning the curriculum, providing more support, trying to find ways to accelerate students through those developmental and ESL courses, and just being more precise about meeting their needs with regards to where they are at that point.
Let's break down the NJC4 program, which in fact is a cooperative program between the New Jersey Council of Community Colleges and the New Jersey Education Association. As we talk about it, well, let's put some information so people can get more information about it. But as I understand it, a lot of the focus of NJC4 is student-to-student mentoring and coaching, right? Explain that to me and why that's so important. Students helping other students get through these challenging times. Talk about it.
Well, I believe it's very important because, in a sense, when you have administration talking to students, sometimes students can feel like a disconnection because they don't really know exactly if the administration is doing it because that's their job, or they're doing it because they really want to help out. Sometimes some students can't really connect the two, but when they see a student helping another student, it shows that the student is going out their way, because obviously if they're in college, more likely they have to study or work or one of the above that they have to do. But if they see a student going out their way and trying to help them to achieve their goals, it shows that to the other student that this guy must be telling some valid information, because A, he's working probably alongside with an administrator. Administrator wouldn't allow just any student just to blab out any information.
How about one that's going to Penn? No, seriously, when the other students find out that you're going to Penn, and you say, listen, I want to help you with whether it's math or financial aid or whatever you're talking to about. Just be serious. I know this is tough for you. How much impact do you think it has for certain students when they find out what your future holds and you're going to the University of Penn?
I think since I found out, I've been accepted at Penn like almost a month ago, many students have been reaching out to me. And many students have been trying to find out how to get on the same path that I was doing, because they see that if this guy, original guy from Atlantic County, same community college, same courses, everyone else, if he can do it, why can't I?
What does that tell you?
It tells me that people are starting to believe in themselves. They just need somebody to be an example for them, because many of them don't have an example.
You're a role model now. Do you know that?
Yes.
To teach them what?
To teach them to believe in themselves. So they can admit that, because every day I hear many students say they're not smart enough, and I was there before. I want them to believe in themselves so they can say that they are smart enough.
And the NJC4 events, you have a lot of events and rallies, they make a pledge, right?
Yes.
What's the pledge?
The pledge is it's a symbolic commitment that they make. Well, they have the physical like pledge that they sign, but I think more to it is like it's the symbolic. It says that they're committed to completing their degree. They're committed to seeking help from all their resources to complete. But I think what's most important about the pledge is that students reflect that they made a commitment, and especially at Essex, anytime a student signed a pledge, we gave them a wristband that said, "I'm committed." And students wore it around the campus, so I think when they look at that, it's like they remember like it's a symbol for their commitment, and I think anytime they feel to
I'm not going to quit, I'm going to finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when they finish, that 2-year associate's degree, how much better off are they? What do the statistics show us? What anecdotally do we know? Talk to us. What is their future, and how much better off are they when they commit and they execute, not just with the wristband, but with their actions?
Well, community colleges have a history of being known as the gateway to the middle class. It is the gateway to the middle class. So many of our colleges serve underrepresented populations, poor counties, underprepared students, and students like these who, they're the first in their family to go to college. And in many ways, these are people who are going to community college, graduating in 2 years, and they have choices. They have choices to go out into the workforce, and we have wonderful certificate and applied science programs that prepare students for the workforce and for the demands of today's workforce. And then we have students, like the ones on the panel today, who have more educational goals to attain. And the great thing about that, about starting at a community college, all of the national research shows us, not our study, not the Hudson study or the Mercer study, but national research shows that students who do complete a degree at a community college, achieve an associate's degree at a community college, graduate at higher rates and with higher grade point averages from the four-year institution than the ones who started there. So Felix, if he were to attend Rutgers University in the fall and graduate from Rutgers University, he is more likely to graduate Rutgers and with a higher grade point average than the student who started at Rutgers from the very beginning.
Why is that?
Because they've been very well prepared. Our colleges are teaching colleges. You're not getting taught by a graduate assistant or a research assistant. It is teachers who their passion is teaching in that classroom. They take students like Felix, like you, who whatever level they're at whatever level they take them where they are and get them to where they need to be. And students also have that little taste of achievement. I've achieved an associate's degree. They're not playing games when they arrive at junior year on the senior campus.
But here's the thing, with Sophia and Felix, I'm curious about this. There's always, for some people, there's still a stigma. There's still a stigma about community and county colleges. But I'm wondering, as people watch this program, and we've been partners with the council for a while, New Jersey Council of Community Colleges. I'm curious about something. When people hear that you're going to Penn, when people find out about the bright future you have in front of you, are we making any real inroads, a dent in doing away with the stigma of, hey, you know, you're going to a community college, as opposed to, hey, you're getting ready to go to a really solid school and you're going to have a very bright future? Are we making a dent?
Absolutely. I think we've made the dent. I think the modern day community college is a far cry from the community college of even 10 or 20 years ago.
I'm talking about perception. I'm not talking about what is. I'm talking about what people perceive.
Their perception is based on the reality, which is the likelihood that they're going to be successful is far greater. The likelihood that they're going to have greater economic chances with a community college degree. There is research that show with a community college degree, you're more likely to have in the startup of your career, a higher paying job than many students and with a 4-year degree.
Hold on, wait a minute. Say that again. That's important.
There is research that shows now that it levels out after a period of time, but there is research out of the box. Community college students, on average, are making more money than a student coming out with a 4-year degree.
What is the explanation for that?
The explanation is that they're more focused. In the community colleges, there are a lot of career and technical focused professions. So they go in with a nursing degree starting $60,000 a year versus someone with a 4-year degree and I'm not trying to cast aspersions in English. They're going to make a lot more money.
We're all in favor of English majors. I just want to be clear.
I'm overall in favor of English majors, and the research also shows that over time, if they don't continue, that those comparisons shrink. But I think the cost is a big factor. Students now know that the quality of education is comparable to any 4-year college. They now know that you can go through our honors programs to Ivy League schools and top 10 universities and save hundreds of thousands of dollars. So parents are starting to take notice. Their children are starting to take notice. The school counselors are starting to take notice. And that's changing.
I'm curious about something. Sophia, I feel like if this option were not available to you, the community college option at the time, and I don't know if you can go back and know for sure, Atlantic, right?
Atlantic, yes.
Essex. If those options were not available to you at the time, are you 100% sure that you would have gone to college?
Probably not. Like, I know, like, my family would have tried to find ways to, like, send me to an affordable school, but I probably would have had to, like, take off after high school and work several years, save up, or maybe work part-time and pay, like, part-time, maybe take 1 or 2 classes. I think it would have taken me 8 years or a really long time to complete a bachelor's degree, because I would probably be working and paying.
Did it absolutely change the course, the trajectory of your life by making that decision?
Absolutely. It was very transformational.
And what has it been like for you in this fabulous program? We're going to put it back up there again. It's new. By the way, when did the NJC4 program start?
I believe it's only
a couple of years old, right?
2 or 3 years ago.
It's only a couple of years old. What has it been like for you? I asked Felix this question. What has it been like for you mentoring and coaching others?
It's been a great experience. I really see a great value in a support network. If I've been able to achieve everything that I've been able to achieve up to today, I owe it to a support network of, like, faculty, of administrators at Essex, of my parents, my siblings.
You owe?
Yeah, like, well, it's like, if I didn't have that support network, then I probably wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have achieved everything that...
So you feel like you need to be the support network for another student?
Right, absolutely. I think it's crucial because sometimes students aren't fortunate to have, like, a family who guides them through an education, like Felix mentioned. Sometimes they don't have the right set of friends who are, like, motivated to go to college.
So they don't know about scholarships. They don't know about tutoring opportunities, right? You're shaking your head. By the way, real quick, I got 2 minutes left. Are you sure you would have gone to college if that option were not available to you?
Probably not. I probably would not, only because at the time going to Atlantic Cape Community College was affordable, and most other colleges, well, colleges in general, are way more expensive than community colleges. And at the time, I didn't know about the loans and all that stuff, so if I can't afford it, I'm not going there.
What do you think you would have done?
I would have joined, like, the armed forces or been working.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Could you ever, when you used to go back and imagine what your life would be like, how old are you right now?
23.
Did you, I don't want to keep harping on the fact that you're going where you're going.
Yeah.
You're going to an Ivy League school. And, you know, for a lot of us who never went, you know, and you know, thought that what that could be and want to make believe that Rutgers is in our heads, but we know it's not. Did you ever imagine yourself going to an Ivy League school?
Never.
What does it mean to you?
Life is full of surprises. Never, ever.
What does it mean to your family?
My family broke down. They were like, I mean, I was in tears when I got my acceptance letter.
What'd you look at?
Like, I was.
It said you're in.
Yeah. It was a shock. I didn't believe it. And my parents, they were just as happy as I was.
We're happy for you.
Like,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Do good things. Thanks to both of you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence, and 13 for WNET, NJTV, and WHYY. Funding for this edition of Caucus New Jersey has been provided by New Jersey Council of County Colleges, Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, Choose New Jersey, TD Bank, the New Jersey Education Association, PSC&G, and by Qualcare Inc. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. Caucus New Jersey has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.
My name is Dr. John Rundback. I'm actually the medical director of the Interventional Institute here at Holy Name Medical Center. Peripheral arterial disease actually is extremely common. It's one of the forms of hardening of the artery. As interventional radiologists, we perform minimally invasive image-guided procedures. Generally, the procedures we do are alternatives to what would otherwise be major surgery. Almost 80% of those patients can avoid amputation if they're referred for us for these sort of procedures.
Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey, 1877 Holy Name. Healing begins here.